here. You know what, guys? I'm just gonna cut right there, jeez. Sorry. Hey there, guys. It's me, Angry Grandpa, and that's right. You haven't seen me in a little bit. Last time I think you guys saw me was on my birthday, or maybe there was a time after that. I can't remember. But that's basically what I can remember. That's basically the last time you guys probably saw me. And so if there is something else, though, then I'll try to think about it. Okay, that's good. Anyways, so the reason why I'm doing this video right now is I want to talk to you guys about something real quick. And as you noticed, I'm in a different room now. I really don't know why. Oh, here, point it away. We don't want to show anything. Anyways, the reason why we're in another room is because, well, see, look, in a little bit, I'm about to show you. I'm about to explain to you guys. Well, you guys probably already know by the title what the title of the video is going to be, but I'll be getting to that in a minute. What we're basically going to be doing right now is a little test, you know, because, well, we'll explain it in a minute. Yep, so here we are, transferring from room to room, you know, going from one room to another, you know, it's like, goddamn, I don't even know what it's like, honestly, but, yeah, we're just going from room to room, you know, just going to different parts of the house. Hang on a minute. Alright guys, I'm back, and as you can tell, I'm downstairs right now. You probably can't tell that much. Well, you can, I don't know. Anyways, so the reason I actually did not expect to come down here right this second. I mean, if you noticed in that last clip, you know, the phone rang, and so I had to pick it up, you know what I mean? And of course, well, you know, I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, look, so guys, I'm just going to get right onto the case on why I did those cuts and all that, because, look, I don't know if you got the last update, well, I think you guys did. Basically, the creator had some computer problems, and yeah, sorry about that. I thought I'd just sit down and do it. So anyways, as I was saying, the creator had some computer problems. If you guys don't know why we haven't been active for a while, you know, I mean, you know, you saw an update from a few days ago, and I hope, well, this video is not going to come out till later, so, you know, it's not going to come out till December 10th, because, well, and the reason why it's coming out on December 10th is, well, come on, guys, I mean, you should know why it's coming out on December 10th. So, I mean, you pretty much do know, but, you know, anyways, so basically, we've had computer problems, and so my stepdad came over to fix it, and this is the creator talking in Angry Grandpa's body. My stepdad had to come over and fix it, and it took him like a day or two to fix it, but then eventually we were able to get it fixed. You know, we had to put in a new thing for the computer because the original thing for it just wasn't working. You know, the computer went. Hang on. Goddamn. Sorry about that again, guys. You know, my goddamn. Now somebody else had called me. You know, it was my grandpa basically. You know, and it's some personal stuff. Okay, nothing bad or anything, but it's just personal stuff. You know, so I'm not gonna get into that, like I said before. Anyway, so as I was saying, so basically, let me just sum it up. I had computer problems. The creator had computer problems. Well, here, this is creator talking now. I had computer problems. You know, it wouldn't start out properly. You know, it would come out weird. And every time, and then when it got to the next, it would come on. But then when it got to the next step, the screen just wouldn't come on. Like the Windows screen wouldn't come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look here, let me show you what the hell I'm talking about, because I don't think you guys know what I mean. Hang on. Alright, so I'm about to turn on my computer, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about real quick, okay? So, and also, yeah, since it's on sleep mode, you can actually click on it can turn it on. Before, you know, I went to that, okay, well, it didn't go through the whole process, you know, you would have to shut it down and restart it. But basically, if it come on with one thing, it would basically come up with options like, I don't know, to boot or whatever the hell it is. And then it would come up with something else, like if you want to start Windows normally, and so I choose that, and then normally what it'll do is it'll come up with a Windows symbol, it'll come up with those three, it would come up with the orange, blue, green, and yellow things, you know what I mean? And then it would come on to this. Well, before we had this fixed, it wasn't doing that basically. It would come up with one thing, but instead, the blue thing, the blue screen with the boot options, I think, it would come up with white lines, you know what I mean? With white dotted lines. And then when it got to the next step, instead of coming up with that Windows symbol, it would say Microsoft. Like, basically, I think that's the main thing. And so when it came up with that, the first time, I didn't know what I was up for. And then when it got to the next step, guess what? It wouldn't come on. It just would not come on, you know? It kept fucking up, and apologies for the language, but it kept messing up. and basically it kept on going. I had to shut it down so many times. And let me tell you, if it was me and my grandpa, I'd probably break the motherfucker, but I wouldn't do that in this case. But anyways, it kept it kept shutting down. I had to keep shutting it down so many times, and it kept coming up with the same result. And so eventually, I had to call my stepdad. It took him a while to fix it. And at first, we thought maybe it just wouldn't be fixed. You know what I mean? And then he put in some type of new model or something. Here, let me go over here. If we put in some type of new model, and basically, to make a long story short, it works now. As you can see, it now works. The only catch to that now is that the damn audio, I can't get audio on it. You know what I mean? And I gotta need it so that I can listen to videos. And so, if I edit videos, you know what I mean? I want to know where I'm gonna put the music and all that. You know what I mean? Because in my videos, you see when characters get into a fight, there's some type of music, and I always like to have it at the perfect moment. You know what I mean? And if it isn't, I'm kind of disappointed by that. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, so it was basically one thing after another. So it works properly now. It's just that, but now the other thing I want to mention why I was doing that editing stuff is basically, because I got a new video editor, and right now it's on 7-day trial mode, and so I'm just letting you guys know, and I probably should have told you this, I wanted to kind of keep this surprise, so I'm telling you this now. Basically, you're probably going to be seeing a little thing in between the screen of this video you see right now. You're probably going to be seeing a thing that says, it's on 7-day trial mode. And the reason I'm mentioning this to you guys is because when I got the older version of this video editor, it would come up saying, because it was on trial mode, it would come up with a thing saying, occasionally it would flash up with a thing saying, 7-day trial mode. You know what I'm saying? That was on the video Bowser's St. Patrick's Day Beatdown. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put the link in the video, and hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. But basically, I think that's going to be the case for this video too. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be the case for this video. You're going to be seeing that. So, if it bothers you guys, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I would probably buy it, but, I don't even know if I should buy it because, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen with this computer because the main thing that's wrong with it right now is the audio. I can't get any audio. So, there won't be anything too special with this video. So, anyways, so I'm happy it works now. I just got to see if we can get the audio to work, and we're thinking of getting it fixed. We tried to see if we could figure out the problem, but no, after so many times of checking, it just wouldn't work, So, anyways, now I'm done with that. So I hope you guys understand. I feel like there should be more I should say, but now I'm gonna get to the main purpose of this video, and that's basically talk about something very special about me. And no, it's not my birthday. It's actually something that happened to me 2 months after my birthday, and it's something I really don't want to think about. I've been getting better about it, but obviously it's a big thing, you know what I mean? So obviously it's gonna hit me, especially on this certain day. Look, basically, just to sum it up, and I can't believe it, today marks 3 years since the real version of Angry Grandpa died. I know, right? You guys are probably saying, well, no shit, we all know he died. But, look, basically, it's been about 3 years since the real version of Angry Grandpa died, okay? And let me just say this, okay? It was devastating, you know what I mean? The first year when it happened, obviously Michael, when we saw Michael's video, he was devastated, he was crying, and he just couldn't, he could talk, he could tell us, but eventually he would start breaking into tears, you know what I mean? And it took him about a year or so, or about less than that, for him to recover from that. Well, not to recover, but for him to, not get so emotional about it, you know what I mean? And if you guys follow Keep It on the Camera, you'll notice that occasionally, Michael might still get upset because of the fact that his dad, has been dead for a while, you know what I mean? That Angry Grandpa has been dead, you know what I'm saying? So, but as you guys also seen, he's actually gotten better. He doesn't seem to get as upset about it as he used to. I mean, I'm sure it obviously still upsets him, thinking about it, because his dad was his best friend, you know what I mean? But as you've noticed, it doesn't upset him as much as it used to. You know what I mean? So, I just don't know what to say, as I've said, I can't believe it's already been 3 years since the real Angry Grandpa died. You know, I don't know. Like I just wish I knew. I don't know, man. It's just crazy, you know, and sad at the same time. You know, like obviously there's me. You know what I mean? Like there's this character of my grandpa. You know, I'm basically not gonna die. You know what I mean? And well, I'll get into that in a little bit. That's something else I actually want to mention, but I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I should mention about 3 years ago. God, like goddamn, like that 3 years ago, it was on a Sunday, I believe. You know, and it wasn't just Amy Grandpa's death that was a big one. Okay, it was also, see, I live in South Jersey, New Jersey, near Philadelphia. That day, something else devastating has happened, and that's basically changed this man's career. That's right, and look, this may not be as important of like Amy Grandpa's death what, but basically today also marks 3 years that the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz got injured, got a torn ACL. That's right. If you guys don't know, in the Eagles versus Rams game, you know Carson Wentz is played in most of the game. You know what I mean? But then something very devastating happened to him, and well, I mean, I pretty much already said it. You know, he torn his ACL. It was pretty bad. You know, a lot of people were upset. You know, that he got hurt. You know what I mean? And because the Eagles were doing so great, you know, that time they were 11-2 with Wentz. You know what I'm saying? And you know, basically, look, they had to have Nick Foles take over for him, and he did great. You know, he won the Super Bowl for the Eagles, and then the reason why I mentioned that is because I feel like ever since then, and a lot of other people have said this as well, ever since then, Carson Wentz just hasn't been the same. It seems like every year he seems to be getting kind of worse. You know what I mean? Like instead of getting better, he only seems to be getting goddamn worse. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this year especially, he's doing kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so first year in 2016, he stayed for the whole year, or at least I think he did. Second year, after having an 11-2 start, he gets injured, which basically puts him out for the rest of the season. The third year in 2018, he comes back in like week 3. He comes back, and then he gets injured again after the Eagles versus Cowboys game. So about 1 year after he got his torn ACL thing, you know, apparently then he had a back injury, and then 1 year after that, last year in 2019, he managed to stay the whole season without getting injured. The only time he got injured was in the goddamn playoffs in the NFC wild card round against the Seahawks, and they ended up losing that. And now this year, so far, Carson Wentz hasn't gotten injured or anything, but they're basically threatening to bench him because he's just doing kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Like losing a lot of games and all that. And look, okay, I'm getting off track. The reason why I mentioned him is because it happened. He got hurt on the same day that Amy Grandpa died. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like two devastating things that happened. I don't know if anything else devastating that happened on that day, but I know that basically two main things is Carson Wentz got injured and Amy Grandpa died. You know, and so basically, but I'm not here to talk about Carson Wentz. I'm here to talk about, you know, the death and also something else as well that happened 1 year after Amy Grandpa's death. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I should say about Amy Grandpa's death. I mean, he was doing, apparently, you know, according to Michael, you know, before he died, you know, Amy Grandpa was doing fine. You know, he was doing better and all that. You know what I mean? Like, he was hanging in there and all that. And although he didn't seem like he was getting better, apparently he was. Although, as you guys probably saw, clearly he didn't seem to be doing too much better. You know what I'm saying? And then the video came, "I love you, Dad." That's when Michael and Kimberly, Amy Grandpa's daughter, were starting to face more of the fact that they might lose Amy Grandpa. You know what I'm saying? And no, that title of the video was not what's the word? Uppercase. It was lowercase. You know what I'm saying? And so that made the creator think, oh shit, you know, Amy Grandpa could be dead. You know what I mean? But you know, as I've said last year and plenty of years after that, we tried to remain optimistic. And then came out the video, rip Angry Grandpa. That was it. You know, he was gone. You know, and to this day, you know, well, see, because it affected the creator as well. Angry Grandpa's death kind of affected the creator too, because he really looked up to him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the creator. Well, actually, I don't think. Look, the creator didn't always like Angry Grandpa. He was actually kind of pissed at him. You know what I mean? But I think around when he died or after he died, I think it was maybe a week or two after he died, was when emotions really kicked in. You know what I'm saying? And it not only hit the creator, it actually hit me, this Angry Grandpa character. Okay, I was crying. I was crying too. You know, I was thinking of that one time when in Christmas 2014 when I wanted presents. Okay, I wanted goddamn presents. You know, I was all excited and like energized and all that. You know what I mean? And then you think of the video where Angry Grandpa tries some of Bridget's soup, and he thought you know it was from somewhere else, but then he found out that Bridget cooked it. That was in the Christmas video was in December 2014, and then the video where Angry Grandpa tries the soup was in October 2017. And the reason why I'm comparing those two videos is because in one, in the Christmas video, Angry Grandpa is all energized and like crazy and all that, whereas in the soup video, in the prank video, Angry Grandpa is like he looks depressed. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have his glasses on. He looked sad and depressed, and we find out in that video that he hasn't slept for 2 days. 2 days. You know, and I don't know, man. It's just, you know, I'm trying my best. I feel like the emotions are kind of kicking in a little bit right now. You know, but basically when I thought of those two videos, comparing those two videos, it actually made the creator cry. You know, and I was there. He picked me up, you know, thinking about that, and I cried too. And, you know, I'm trying not to cry right now, because honestly, I feel like it might be kicking in a little bit, but basically, just thinking of those two videos, you know, just made him sad, you know, because, like, he went from, like, an entertaining, well, I mean, he was always entertaining, but he went from, like, an energized person to being in the hospital, all fucked up, everybody hoping that he gets better, and he does until, you know, he was sent home, and he dies at home. And guys, if you want, I'm just letting you know this, and I'm kind of letting this know for myself as well. Angry Grandpa didn't die in the hospital, okay? I feel like a lot of people probably thought that he died in the hospital. Maybe not though. I don't think people do, but no, he died at home. He was sent home on December 3rd, and then died 1 week after that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm glad that he was able to die at home. You know, well, that kind of sounds fucked up the way I said it, but basically, he was able to rest in peace in his own house. You know, rather than being in the hospital, you know, they took care of him as much as they could at his house, but unfortunately, they just weren't able to save him. You know, so basically, I mention all this because over time, the creator would occasionally cry about it. You know what I mean? And there's a couple videos that the creator watched. You know, behind it, basically exclusive, never before seen Angry Grandpa clips. Oh, I heard something. Basically, he saw some never before seen Angry Grandpa clips. That was when Michael was kind of starting to show them. I know that a few of those Angry Grandpa clips, those videos, when they would suddenly end, or even when they had a beginning, like after Michael talks basically, and you know, goes from like Angry Grandpa clip and then goes back to Michael, or you know, like if Angry Grandpa ends off on a happy note and then it goes back to Michael. That's when he starts crying. And I think the last time the creator cried about Angry Grandpa was somewhere in 2019. I feel like it was somewhere in like March, maybe it was March or June. I can't remember when it was, but it was somewhere then. Angry Grandpa was doing a cooking video, and then there was a part where he was dancing around happy and all that. But the part that hit him was when Angry Grandpa spoke. Was when Michael spoke over him, and you know that part almost hit. That part kind of got him teared up a little bit. Then when it got to the end, when he said bye, youngins, and then it just like that, you know, he just cried, you know? He just, it was just, I feel like that was the last time that the creator cried over Angry Grandpa. Here, give me a second. Hey there guys, I'm sorry about that. You know, now we're now in the creator's bedroom, and the reason why is because, well, the creator started to get a little bit emotional when we were talking about that, and so, you know, so he had to go grab a tissue and sort of wipe off his eyes. His eyes were starting to get kind of misty, so, you know, but yeah, he just, basically, you know, that video kind of, that was, I feel like that was the last video that kind of made him cry, and I don't know if, see, because, look, if you notice, a lot of times when this Angry Grandpa character, meets Bowser, okay, we always fight and all that, that's what Bowser wanted to do to the real Angry Grandpa. He wanted to meet him, and he wanted to fight him, sort of. You know what I mean? But, you know, over time, you know, Bowser also kind of wanted to befriend Angry Grandpa, and so basically, because now Angry Grandpa is no longer alive, basically, the creator has Bowser watch Angry Grandpa videos, okay? And I know that a few of those videos where I announced that made the creator cry, it also made Bowser cry too, because of the way it would end or even start, you know what I mean? And just like how it was done, you know what I'm saying? And so, basically, ever since then, you know, the creator really hasn't cried over Angry Grandpa videos because it wouldn't, like, it just wouldn't be in that type of emotional type way, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it would make a lot of other people cry, you know, just seeing Angry Grandpa, just hearing from Angry Grandpa again, you know what I'm saying? But sorry about that. But anyways, now we'll get to the next part of the video, okay? And I might as well just discuss it here rather than make it a separate video about it. So basically, yeah. So I thought I might have more to say, and I know I'm just kind of suddenly changing subjects now, but just bear with me, okay? So yeah, if you also notice it's a little bit darker in here, so I hope you don't mind that. So anyways, now I'm gonna quickly talk about something else, okay? That happened 1 year after Angry Grandpa's death. Basically, 1 year after Angry Grandpa's death was when I had the big fight with Mr. Grouse. Okay, and you know, Mario kind of already talked about that in the video he made last year. You know, it was a separate video. It was basically him talking about me and Mr. Grouse's fight. And let me tell you something, okay? But that was probably one of the craziest, well, I don't want to say craziest, and I don't want to say most intense, but it was basically one of those types of fights that kind of made an impact on me, this Angry Grandpa character, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because, look, we weren't even sure that was going to really happen, you know what I mean, until the creator, you know, thought of the idea of, you know, as a celebration of 1 year since Angry Grandpa died, you know, we would have him die, sort of like, we would have him die, like this character, we would have this character sort of die, well, like in a tragic type way, you know what I'm saying? And so the way to do that was to have me fight this guy, Mr. Grouse. And for those who don't know who Mr. Grouse is, he's this old guy from this show called The Loud House. Hey, Mr. Grouse from Loud House, no? What are the odds? Anyways, so basically, he's this old guy from the show The Loud House, and basically, how we even met was really inconvenient. You know, it was during that 4-season series that we were doing, and basically, look, the drift that me and Mr. Grouse had was kind of real. You know what I mean? Like, because look, alright, I did a lot of things to him that I wasn't really proud of. You know what I mean? But, you see, look, I purposely had started that drift because, I mean, I don't know if Mario said anything different in the video he made last year. I'll put the link in the description in case you don't know what I'm talking about. But basically, I started, the reason why me and Mr. Grouse had drift is because, well, first of all, you know, he started talking crap about me. You know, he said, you know, that I needed to control my anger and all that, and that I should stop freaking out, and that he would call the cops and all that. And when he said that, you know, it just made me really mad. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn, I was having a moment. You know what I mean? You're gonna interrupt that. You know what I mean? And so at that moment, when he did that, I was sick of kicking his ass then until Mario decided to talk to him himself. You know what I mean? And so basically, when Mario did talk to him, he arranged for me and Mr. Grouse to talk over at a soccer field. And that didn't happen until like maybe a couple weeks later. Maybe it was, no, yeah, it was about a few weeks later. That was when me and Mr. Grouse had our talk. And the purpose of it was to try to sell our differences. And unfortunately, it basically didn't go that way. We argued, we went back and forth, and it basically ended up with me hurting Mr. Grouse. I got a stick. Somehow I got a stick, and I knocked him down with it. And that was basically a way of me letting him know not to call me out like that again. And, now that I think about it, and I've been thinking about it for a while, I think ever since he got recreated, I shouldn't have done that, Like, that was fucked up for me to do that. I know I was letting him know, but I probably shouldn't have done it in a more dignified way. But, I'm angry grandpa, so I have anger issues. I don't think straight a lot of times. I just made a huge mistake then, and that's what started this whole drift. But I know the big mistake I made, that's not what really started the drift. I don't even think that's what started the drift. What really started it was when I murdered his friends' kids, Angela and Richard. Apparently, Mr. Grass has a friend, and his friend had kids, and, well, basically, let's just say I kind of, well, I mean, look, you guys already know this. All right, if you saw the video, you would know what I'm talking about, okay? Basically, apparently, Mr. Grass sent his friend's daughter over, and it was basically to warn me, telling me not to mess with Mr. Grass again, or else. And in response to that, I decided to basically murder her. And I didn't do the same thing to Richard at the moment because, well, they weren't together. You know what I mean? Like, so I basically let him off with a warning, and I did tell him, and I made a mistake doing that because now he ran up and told them, or at least so I thought, until I found out that he didn't tell him until 2 months later. You know what I mean? And it's just a whole lot of stuff. It seemed like, I was going on a murdering spree, you know what I mean? Like, it started off with Mr. Grouse's kids. Well, first it started off with me hurting Mr. Grouse, and then it started off, and then it went from there to me actually murdering his friend's kids. It's not Mr. Grouse's kids, it's his friend's kids. And it went from there to me murdering his friend's kids. I actually didn't murder Richard until, the day of the fight. And then a few 2 months after that was when Greg the Caveman and his girlfriend Diane the Cave Woman, when they came up to check on me or something, I basically murdered them. I first started murdering Diane, and then I ended up murdering Greg. The cave. And look, I already had a fight with them before. You know what I mean? Like, that was over 3 years ago in March 2017 or whatever the hell it was. I can't remember. But basically, I already had a fight with them, and I thought we would be good. And then when Greg's girlfriend Diane just sort of came to check to see what I was doing, and she saw what I was doing, that's when I decided to take matters into my own hands and, well, murder her. You know what I mean? Because I felt like that was the only thing I could do. I was afraid she was going to tell everybody, And then when Mario told Greg, Mario just right off and told Greg, we ended up having a fight, and I murdered him. And so, I did a lot of, what's the word? I did a lot of bad stuff. Okay, I did a lot of shit that I usually would not do. That the real grandpa obviously wouldn't do. But things just started escalating. And, basically, just to end it off, I remember that 2 months before our fight, or about a month and a half before our fight, I had talked with Mario at Crow's Woods, talking about what was going to be happening, all that. And then about a month and a half later, in December, was when me and Mr. Grouse had a fight. And it wasn't just, I didn't just fight Mr. Grouse, too. It was a lot of other people that got involved as well. Like Mr. Bleakman, Murray Man, the Barnacle Boy, Eustace, Broken Guy as well. And I ended up murdering most of them. The only person that didn't get murdered was the Broken Guy. But that's because he's a puppet, so I can't really murder him. But I pretty much murdered everybody else including Mr. Grass's friend, and that was the moment when I murdered his friend's son, when I murdered Mr. Grass's son, Richard. That was when I did it. Not when I murdered Angela, but not at the same moment when I murdered Angela, but when I had that fight with Mr. Grass. And basically, it was a really intense fight, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really intense fight. And it basically ended up with us killing each other. And look, I'm basically going to sum this up to even why this all happened in the beginning. Look, it all happened because, for one, he called me out, and, instead of being a man and, oh, hang on. Hey, dude, guys, I'm sorry again for that interruption. My grandpa just got in here, so I had to talk to him real quick. So, anyways, now, where did I leave off at? I think I left off at where I was explaining why that fight even happened, okay? So, basically it happened because of two things, okay? One, because, Mr. Grouse called me out, and so, like I said, instead of handling it like a man and, talking it out and making things better, and, instead of getting all angry, because, see, I could sort of tell that he has a little bit of anger issues still. I mean, when we were, after our fight, months after our fight, we related to the fact that we both have anger issues, you know what I mean? So, anyways, maybe at the moment too, I can't remember. No, it was after, actually. No, anyways, so yeah, I think we just both couldn't handle it, but you see, in some ways, it sort of had to happen, you know what I mean? And the reason why it had to happen, because, see, well, look at me right now. See me right now, and you saw me back then. See, I didn't like the design that I was in, alright? I didn't like how it was made, and even though I did say, before this face, I had a different face, you know what I mean? And basically, look, I didn't really like it that well, and the reason why I didn't like it that well is because, well, for the obvious reason, it just didn't look like the real me, you know what I mean? And even though we thought that it was the best one, it was good, don't misunderstand me, guys, I liked it, I did like it, but just not as much as I do with this one, you know what I mean? Like, this one sort of looks like a more legit representation of Angry Grandpa. And the last one, I mean, look, the last one wasn't too bad either, okay? It just didn't seem that legit, you know what I mean? Like, look, one thing about the creator is that he likes things to be exact, you know what I mean? And when basically he came across a picture of Angry Grandpa that looks sort of like what you see right now, okay? What you see he basically came across a picture that looks like me right now, and so when he saw that, that's what gave him the idea that, you know what, he was going to make a new version, but instead of doing it like a simple way, you know what I mean, like just having his regular face surgery, he was actually going to give him time. He was going to give Angry Grandpa time, and so, and also like sort of like a tragic way of, dying, and since it was also around the time when the real 1 year since it was also around the time when it was like 1 year since the real Grandpa died, that was when the creator wanted to kind of make it special, you know what I mean? And again, tragic. And so that's what we did. That's pretty much also the other reason why that fight happened is because, he basically wanted a tragic way. He basically wanted to end off me. He basically wanted to end off me, this Angry Grandpa, in a way that you usually wouldn't see me, you know what I mean? That usually wouldn't end it off as. And look, I'm gonna be honest, we still kept that version of me because, for a while, we haven't had this version made yet. I think the creator started making this version of me in around May 2019 or something like that. Or maybe it was June, I can't remember. No, actually I think it was May. It was around May or maybe even April, I can't remember. It was around that time of the year was when the creator started working on me. You know what I mean? And it took him a little bit, you know what I mean? Because he wasn't sure how it was going to look and, if it was going to be aligned perfectly, you know what I mean? But, as time went by, the creator felt a little bit more confident and, even though it didn't 100% turn out the way he wanted it to, and, if you're wondering what I mean by that, well, I'm not going to really get into that. It's not that important, but, basically, even though it didn't turn out the way he wanted it to 100%, he was still happy with it. And so that's basically, how you see me today. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, he kept the other version of me for a while. That version that was supposed to be dead, he kept it. And if you notice, that version of me wasn't in videos because he didn't want to be in videos. You know what I'm saying? And basically, look, just to sum things up, you know, I wasn't showing the videos for a while. Basically, December 2018, around that time, the final seasons video wasn't put out until December 17th, 2018, due to some technical issues. That was when the fight was shown. And then 3 months after that was Mario's update, you know, to see how I was doing and all that, along with some craziness in that video as well. That was Mario's update on how I was doing, and obviously you didn't see me in that video because I didn't want to be shown yet. And then 3 months after that was my return. That was basically when I returned back. And it wasn't just my return, it was also Mr. Grouse's return, and it was also his friend Rick's return. But the creator didn't get his children back yet until maybe 2 months ago. That's right. If you saw, you know, in the last video where it was my birthday, you saw Rick, Mr. Grouse, and his 2 children, Angela and Richard. The creator finally decided that after so much time that he would get Rick's kids back. You know what I'm saying? And so now they're back, and you know they're a little bit different than they were, but you know they're still doing well and all that. You know what I mean? And we all made up. You know, I made up with them, and if you saw the video, I also make up with them in the video a little bit, and so you know, so basically, look, a lot of craziness has happened. And if you notice, there was adjustments even with this version. You know, like I had to get this hair cut down. You know, it was down to here, down to my ear, and then you know the creator decided to cut it down. You know, because he thought that was too much hair. You know what I mean? So, you know, so there was that, and then there was also, here, let me get a little bit in more light. There was also my shoes as well, you know, right here. The creator thought that the shoes I originally had, you know, was a little bit too small, and so he decided to make bigger versions, and so, yeah, so now, basically there was, the hair and the shoes, and also, just like my hair again, you know, because the creator decided to make it a little bit more white. He thought it wasn't white enough, so he decided to paint it in to make it more white. You know what I mean? And let me see how long this has been going for. Oh shit, it's been going for a while. I feel like this is going to be another long video. And guys, like I want to try to keep this short, but I feel like this is going to be yet another long video. So, you know, just bear with me. So, basically, just to sum it up, you know, it's been 3 years since the real version of Angry Grandpa has died. And then it's been 2 years since Angry Grandpa, this Angry Grandpa character got into a fight with Mr. Grouse. And it's been about a year and a half since me and Mr. Grouse made up and, you know, made things right. And so as of right now, we're pretty much cool with each other. And, you know, if you saw, Mr. Grouse still does live here. You know, he did try to fly back to Michigan, but then he decided to come back over here, and he decided he wanted to stay here. Now, obviously, you see that Mr. Grouse in the Loud House still lives in Michigan, and if you're wondering why I even say Michigan, it's because that's where the Loud family lives. You know, Lincoln Loud and his family. That's where they live, in this town called Royal Woods, Michigan. If you don't know, and if you don't believe in me, just look it up. Just look up where does Lincoln Loud live. It should tell you. It should pretty much tell you. You know what I mean? So, anyways, you know, I just thought I'd let you guys know. I thought I'd do this little video, 1 as a test, and 2 as to talk to you guys about, you know, what has happened. So I don't know if there's gonna be videos coming out before this comes out. I mean, if there isn't, you know, then, well, you know, this is basically the next video after Mario's update. You know what I mean? So, you know, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's nothing too special, but you know, we thought we'd kind of keep it simple, some. You know what I mean? So. Anyways, let me look at the time. Oh shit, it's like 4:20. You know, as you can tell, it's getting dark right now. You know, right now it's December. I think it's December 6th or something like that. I can't remember. I gotta look at the date. I should know this. I should know it. You know, but unfortunately, I can't think of it right off the top of my head. No, actually, no, it's the 3rd. No, it's not the 6th. What the hell am I talking about? No, actually, yeah, today's the 3rd, I think. Look, I don't know. It's not even gonna matter because this video is gonna come out about a week after this. Okay, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Wait, you know what? You know what? I just now reminded myself. Today is the 3rd. It's been 3 years since Angry Grandpa was able to enjoy to enjoy. Hold on, let me get my hold on a minute. Hope you guys can see this, but oh my gosh, guys, today's the 3rd. In about a week, it's gonna be 3 years since the real version of me died. I can't believe it. And today also, but today in particular, marks 3 years that Angry Grandpa was sent home. That he was able to be discharged from the hospital and sent home. Can you believe that? So basically, today oh, there was a police car. Oh, anyways, so today marks 3 years since Angry Grandpa was able to be sent home, and then 1 week later, it's going to be 3 years since he died at home. You know, so I mean, I don't know, man, it's crazy. I didn't even notice that until just now, until I just looked at it, you know? I don't know. Man, I can't believe I forgot. Wait, no, I'm 70 years old. The real version of Angry Grandpa would be 70, and so that's pretty much how old I am right now. You know, and I know, right, I'm still doing good for 70. You know what I mean? I can't believe I'm already up there. Speaking of which, you know, it's going to be my aunt's birthday soon. She's going to be 71. Anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. That was the creator talking, by the way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And guys, if this is a long video, I apologize. You know, I wanted to keep it short and simple, but you know, we just had a lot to say. So you know, but once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And you know, if there's any dislikes to this video, you know, hope you can explain why you disliked it. And if not, you know what, go fuck yourself. No, I'm only messing. I'm only joking. No, don't do that. But you know, I don't really mean that. Although sometimes think about it. No. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. This is me, Angry Grandpa, signing out. And I know you probably haven't heard that in a while. And so yeah. So have a good night, or whenever this is made. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this off now. So talk to you guys later. And I feel like there should be more I should say, but you know what? I think I pretty much had it all said. You know. Man, so much has happened after his death. I swear to God, so much has happened. God damn. Oh, and just oh wait, hold on. God damn it. Sorry. Just a little FYI. So just to let you guys know, today right now it's December 3rd, and this video is gonna be out on December 10th, or at least I hope, you know, at least we hope it'll come out on December 10th, because a lot of times, you know, computer likes to give us a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? So you know, so basically. So just get ready for that, guys. Okay, this video was made on December 3rd, and it'll be officially out on December 10th. So you know, I'm just letting you guys know on this. I'm just telling you this because today marks 3 years that Angry Grandpa was sent home, and a week from now it'll mark 3 years since Angry Grandpa died. And so you know, basically a week from now is when the video is gonna come out. So anyways, so once again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and now I'm gonna shut the hell up. So goodbye. Goddamn. Hey you guys, one more thing I thought I'd mention real quick. I know I would be done with this video now. Well, one more thing I thought I'd show you real quick. So, this is basically what I'm talking about here. You see this little speaker here, and you see that X next to it? You guys should probably be thinking it's muted, but let me show you what happens when I click on that, okay? Let me show you. See, so I click on it right here, and watch what happens. See, it comes up with this. Detecting problems. Oh, and look at this. Troubleshooting couldn't identify the damn problem. And let me tell you something. It's been doing that for a goddamn while now, okay? And it's really starting to piss me off, you know. And man, I really wish I could figure out. I mean, if troubleshooting can't identify the problem, I don't know what will, you know. I mean, I think our last resort is calling up a tech department or something, or this place called Office Depot, and seeing if they can do something to fix this, you know, because you know this is ridiculous, you know. Like we've tried. You know, me, my grandpa, and my stepdad have tried to see if we can figure out what the hell the problem is, and if we can fix it. And sure enough, every time we attempted, all those times that we have attempted, it wouldn't give us an easy solution. Like we just don't know how to get this fixed. You know what I mean? Like we tried and tried and tried. You know. So I mean, I think as of now, we're just gonna have to go and call up somebody, like I said, this Office Depot place, and see if they can do something to fix this, because this is bullshit, you know. Like, I want the audio, you know. I want to be able to hear my videos, you know, because like I said, that's the main thing. I'm not going to be able to I don't know if we're gonna be able to make videos, after this. I don't know if there's gonna be any more videos, if this won't be fixed, so I mean, I don't know. It's either, so basically, if that doesn't work, if the tech people can't figure out what's wrong with this, if they can't fix this, then I think the last solution is to get a new computer, just get rid of this one, so I'm, alright, this is getting personal, this is turning into something else. I know I should be stopping now, but I just wanted to show you guys one of the issues I'm still having right now. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, goodbye. Here, now, do this thing. Okay. Bye-bye. Hey, I know I should start the video by now, but one more thing I want to mention to you guys, and I just imported my views, and I just realized I should say this before, look, what I want to tell you guys is, I want to thank you all for the support, okay? I really do. It really means something to me, and but also mainly to the creator too. It means something. This is creator talking basically. I want to thank you guys for the support you've been showing to me, and also thank you Grandpa as well. Without you guys, I would never make it. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I have to have y'all. That was what I sort of quoting what Angry Grandpa said in one of his videos before. This is a little bit before of his death. About a month before his death. That was actually when Angry Grandpa returned. Michael actually started spilling them again, and then after a few videos, he stops. You know what I mean? So basically, just to re-say and hopefully I can get this right. I'd like to thank you guys for standing by me, especially through these hard times. That's just something I'd like to add. Without you guys, I would never make it. I have to have y'all. I love you guys, and I hope you keep on supporting the channel. Timmy Behind the Camera, the Angry Grandpa Show, and my channel too. Billy Baggins' channel. So look, basically what I'm trying to say is, I appreciate the support. I really do, and I especially appreciate the support you guys have given, pretty much everybody, especially me, because I thought a lot of people would hate me, man, because of what I did and all that, you know what I mean, and I know that stuff was 2 years ago and all that, but it's still there, you know what I mean, like, it just doesn't feel like it was that long ago, I just can't believe it, time flies that fast, It's also been over 2 years, and I know this is a little bit off, but it's also been 2 years since the driveway down there has been paved, That was paved in September 2018, So, I mean, alright, well, guys, I'm going to stop now. But once again, thank you guys for your support. It's much appreciated. I really do appreciate it. Like, honestly, I really do. Alright. Time for me to stop talking now. Have a good night, and please continue on showing your support. Please do. I really do appreciate it. I know I don't really have anything to give to you guys, but I think just appreciation should just be enough. I don't like to make it too complicated. Alright. Have a good one. Bye. Bye, youngins. Have a good one.